Okay, let's talk about one of the most important and maybe most dreaded conversations of your entire career, salary negotiation. But forget everything you think you know about it being a confrontation. This is all about confidence. It's about getting paid what you are truly worth. And right now, we're going to build your winning strategy, step by step.
So why does this matter so much? Well, take a look at that number, $750,000. Think about that for a second. That's what some estimates estimate you could be leaving on the table over the course of your career just by not negotiating that first offer. Every single future raise, every bonus, it's all built on that starting salary. So yeah, the stakes are incredibly high.
The first and most important thing we have to do is completely reframe how we think about this. This quote says it all. Negotiation isn't a fight. It's not you versus them. It's a collaborative conversation about the value you bring to the table. Seriously, once you truly get that, all the stress just melts away and it becomes about strategy.
And that strategy, it begins right here. This is phase one, building your foundation of fact. Look, a successful negotiation is one long before you ever get on the phone with the hiring manager. It's one with data, with hard evidence, and with solid preparation.
Your prep toolkit really boils down to these three essential pieces. First, we're going to figure out what the market is actually paying for a role like yours. Then, we're going to define what makes you special, your secret sauce. And finally, we'll lock in the exact numbers you're going to use in the actual conversation.
Now, this part is absolutely crucial. You can't just guess your market value. You need to use multiple, reliable sources, sites like Glassdoor, Salary.com, LinkedIn Salary. This way, you can kind of triangulate the data and you're not relying on just one number. And don't just search for a generic job title. You have to get specific. Filter by the exact role, your city, and even the company's size to find a clear, evidence-based salary range.
Okay, so once you have that baseline market rate, it's time to build on it. This is where we go from the general to the specific you. What is your unique value? What's what we're calling personal premium?
The most interesting word on this slide is quantifiable. Your personal premium isn't just saying you're a team player or a hard worker. No, it's about having proof. For example, did you increase revenue by, say, 15%? Did you save your last company $20,000 on a project? These are the specific, provable results that actually justify a higher salary.
All right, with your research done, you can now establish the three magic numbers that will guide your entire negotiation. You absolutely, positively must have these defined before any conversation starts. Think of them as your strategic compass.
And this table here breaks down each number perfectly. Your walkaway, that's your absolute floor. Below this, you walk. Simple. Your target is your realistic goal. You want to aim for around the 75th percentile of your research. That means you're aiming higher than most. And then there's the anchor. This is your strategic opening offer. By starting 10–20% above your target, you create negotiating room to land exactly where you want to be. Pretty smart, right?
Okay, now for phase two, the actual conversation. You've done the prep, you've got the data. The goal here is to steer the conversation, always focusing on the value you bring and making sure they're totally sold on you as a candidate before you nail down the final salary.
And almost right away, I guarantee you're going to hear this question. It is the classic recruiter move, and it's designed to get you to name a number first. But you're not gonna.
This right here is your script. Seriously, memorize it. It's polite, it's professional, and it masterfully dodges the question. You're showing you've done your homework without giving up an ounce of your negotiating power. Just remember the golden rule. Whoever says a number first usually loses.
So what happens when they finally make the offer? Whoa, look at the difference here. You do not react immediately. Don't accept and don't even counter right away. You simply thank them, you express how excited you are about the role, and then you ask for a little bit of time to review the whole package. And that time is usually about 24 to 48 hours. This strategic pause, it's incredibly powerful. It signals that you're a thoughtful professional, not someone who's just desperate to take the first thing that comes along. It shows you value yourself and you value the decision. After that little pause, it's time to execute. This is the moment you make your counteroffer, and it's all anchored by that great research you did back in phase one.
And there it is, the perfect script for it. Notice how it all connects? You're not just pulling a number out of thin air. You're directly linking your request, your anchor number, to the job's responsibilities and your specific quantifiable personal premium. It makes your case so logical and way more compelling.
Now, what if they say they just can't meet your number on the base salary? Is the negotiation over? Not at all. This is when you pivot.
A great negotiation looks at the entire package. Can they sweeten the annual bonus? What about an extra week of vacation or a sign-on bonus? There are always multiple ways to increase the total value of your compensation.
And if they just give you a hard no on your counter, don't give up. Ask this incredible question. It brilliantly reframes the conversation from being a dead end into a collaborative discussion about your future goals and performance. It keeps the conversation positive and open.
Okay, you've navigated the conversation, you've reached an agreement, you're almost at the finish line. But this final phase is absolutely 100% non-negotiable. You have to lock in your win.
I really can't stress this enough. Until it is in writing, it basically doesn't exist. A verbal agreement is just built on memory and goodwill, and both of those things can fade. A written agreement, that's a contract.
This right here is what you're after, a revised offer letter. And when you get it, you have to read every single detail. Does the salary match what you agreed on? Is that extra vacation week in there? Is the title correct? You have to verify everything before you even think about signing.
And asking for it is super simple. Just use this polite, professional line. As soon as you verbally agreed on the new terms, this should be your very next sentence. It's the final step to making your success official.
So, when you break it all down, negotiation isn't some kind of mysterious dark art. It's a skill. It's a process of research, strategy, and good communication. You now have the blueprint. The only question left is, are you ready to go use it?